What?
Hi, Coach. We'll have you go ahead and just start with a statement, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Man, I'm pumped. I mean, our team played extremely well on the road again. You know, I'm proud of these guys, man. They have fought. I'll take you guys back to when we were 4-8, and this team had every reason, every opportunity just to kind of lay down a little bit or make some excuses about why we wasn't winning. But instead, they have battled, and we kind of flipped this thing around. And in that stretch, we won 5 road games and 4 in a row. So proud of our guys. I thought we did a tremendous job today following the scout report. When you look at it, I thought Darion Seabron was really, really good. He had a career high, 17 points and 13 rebounds. So was Cam Hayes. When you look at our games, we're finding ways to win. Last game it was the veterans. This game, I thought our young guys came out and played well, and even Shaq Boy, even though he didn't have a lot of points, but I thought he played well also. So I'm happy where we at. It's tough, as you guys know, to win in this league, but in this league to go on the road and win 5 consecutive games, that's tough. And so proud of our guys. Questions?
Jonas?
Coach, if this is in fact the final regular season game, if you guys can't get anybody for Saturday, can you kind of sum up how you guys transformed the last 5 games? What did you guys do differently behind the scenes? What did you change with the lineup, with the rotation, with the strategy and everything to go on this winning streak?
Well, we never stop believing, and those guys never stop believing. And, I told you, I said this before, Jonas, we did a couple of things that we haven't done in a long time. I went to playing more 4-minute games in practice. Obviously, this time of year, you don't want to go a long time. So I think it's helped our younger guys, obviously, be able to adapt to game time situations. I think our biggest adjustment is we stopped turning the ball over. When you go back to that Syracuse and I think it was Syracuse and Duke games, we didn't give ourselves an opportunity to win because we turned the ball over. And you look at the last few games that we played, we've been under 10 turnovers a game. And our guys have bought in. It took us a little time to get a different identity. We didn't know how we were going to play, but our guys made a great adjustment, and we started playing the game inside out, and good things started happening for us. And then I think the biggest adjustment is when you look at us, we have become more solid on the defensive end. We've done a good job of obviously sitting down and guarding people now.
Justin?
Coach, the news broke this afternoon that your final game against Virginia Tech was canceled. Is that something that you and the team talked about leading into this game? And if so, do you think it gave the team a little bit of extra motivation, for an extra spark, considering it could be the last game of the regular season?
100%, Justin, not at all. I don't have the type of team that I can talk about a game on Saturday going into a game tonight. And so I haven't mentioned a word to them. Now I'm smart. I know they all on social media, so I'm sure they've seen it, but I didn't say a word to them. We're playing, I don't think with these kids will be a motivation just saying this is possibly your last game. We're just playing good basketball right now.
And you mentioned the last game, the veterans got it done, but the freshmen were phenomenal tonight. Did you expect a comeback performance like this from your freshmen after a game like that against Pittsburgh?
Well, I would be lying to you if I told you I knew that both Cam Hayes and Seabron were going to both have career highs. But they both have prepared the right way. I think both of those guys, and even Shaq, I think all of those guys realized they didn't have their best performances. And those guys have a sense of pride about them. And that was good. It was good to see them have the ball go in. It was good to see them play aggressive. And I just think they all wanted it more than obviously they did the last game. And when you're young, you realize how hard you have to compete every game. And I think that was a wake-up call for those guys because we won a game against Pittsburgh that was a grinded-out game without any guard really playing well other than Braxton Beverly.
Thank you.
Baby?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. It's a laundry list of adversity that you guys have had to deal with this year, but specifically when it comes to you, how has the adversity that you guys have had to overcome and this 5-game winning streak made you a better coach?
Well, it's made me, JB, not even, just forget about the basketball part for a second. Just what's going on in our country has made me a better understanding of everything that's happened in the world and the patience. And what I have realized, you don't know how good you have it until you hear someone else's story. And so I've been locked in trying to figure out, this is entertainment for us. What I mean by that is we're blessed to be able to put our guys out on the floor in which they want to play and to be able to help someone else get through their day. And so for me, I've learned a lot of patience because I had to get a lot of patience from basketball because I'm playing younger guys. But at the end of the day, it's bigger than just basketball. When you look at everything that's happening for almost a year now, it's tough. And so I try to keep everything in perspective. I'm more humble than I've ever been, and not that I wasn't humble, but I understand that we got great opportunities here, and our guys are playing their hearts out for themselves, their family, and the university.
Thanks, Coach.
Corey?
Did you say Corey?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you there. Kevin, just a lot has been made of the fact that you might not be playing on Saturday. Hopefully you are able to put together a game, but having this kind of momentum with 5 games in a row, if your next game is in the ACC tournament, how much do you feel like this team has momentum enough to be able to compete once you get to Greensboro too?
Well, I mean, listen, Corey, I like the way we're playing. Right now we can make the argument that we're playing just as good as anybody in the ACC. And, certainly when you're playing well, you want to continue to play. I think our guys are bought in. They're understanding and it's finally clicking. And when it's clicking, you want it to be clicking in March. And that's where we are right now. And so, I know we're going to get a million questions about Saturday. We'll evaluate everything in the next couple of days. We'll talk to the ACC. We'll figure out if there's an opportunity or if there's not an opportunity, and we'll make the best situation.
It seems like the freshmen have played a little bit better on the road too. Is the ice cream more of a motivating factor for them than it is the veterans?
They're young, Corey, so I don't know. Sometimes ice cream, you got young kids. You tell me when you pull out that ice cream, it's always good. It could be a lot of different things. Maybe it's distractions. Maybe it's ice cream. Maybe they just like playing in different venues. But, that being said, I think they've had some tremendous games at home too. We love PNC. It was so unbelievable just to have the few fans that we had at the last game. And so we love it. We just love playing basketball on the road or at home.
Thanks, Kevin.
Andrew?
Kevin, what are some of the specific ways that you've seen these freshmen grow over this last 5-game stretch or so?
Well, Andrew, they have matured in a lot of ways. You guys know it. You wrote about it. We would turn the ball over. We would fall down. We would do freshman things. And, it's not a fault of their own. It's just they were thrown into a situation that they wasn't ready for at the time. And I just think ball security is the number one thing. Defense is the second thing because they've all have been liabilities on the defensive end. And the biggest thing is that they're starting to believe in this team and themselves. And I think that's the biggest thing.
Rob?
Kevin, when you go through a stretch like this, how rewarding is it to see, obviously you're teaching, you're wanting your young players to learn, and then you see it manifest itself to success on the court. Just how rewarding is that for a head coach? How are you feeling right now? Is this one of the better feelings maybe you've had in your tenure at NC State? Man, I feel great. I mean, you think about that, we have had a heck of a February and not so good of a January. And, it's a great feeling. Winning is a great thing. I told the team, man, when you win, everything's better. And our guys feel good about themselves. They're doing a tremendous job in all areas because of that. And I'm happy where the team's at. Obviously, we don't feel like we're done. We've got work to do. We just got to figure out what's our next game, if it's a Saturday opportunity, or do we try to take this momentum into the ACC tournament?
James?
Yeah, Kevin, congrats on the win. One of the adjustments I think you made that really seems to have paid off is inserting C-Ron into the starting lineup. and he's been getting right at 30 minutes a night. What does he give you essentially playing the 2 for you? Because you guys have gone from being maybe one of the smallest starting lineups to one of the biggest now.
Yeah, James, thank you. Is that a compliment from you? Are you telling me? Man,
There you go.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You know, I'll tell you what happened. You guys will think I'm crazy. No, you won't think I'm crazy. I was watching, we were preparing for Pittsburgh the first time. And I'm watching the game from the tournament from last year. It was March 11th. I think March 10th or 11th. And I looked out there and we had Markel Johnson at 6'1". We had C.J. Bryce at 6'5". We had Devin Daniels at 6'5", Jericho, Manny, and DJ. And I said, man, God, it's tough because we're rolling out there now who are really good players. We got Braxton, who's, he says he's 6'1", and we listen to 6'1", so that's our fault. And we got Thomas Allen, who's a really good player also, but he's 6'1". And then so we were really small in our situation because of obviously Braxton not being all that healthy and not being able to practice. Thomas Allen going through his injuries, it allowed me to experiment with a little bigger lineup, and it's kind of worked for us. And so I'm proud of C-Ron, I'm proud of Cam, because they both have gotten better on the defensive end. And good things happen to you when you play defense, and that's the way they both scored.
Todd Gibson.
Yeah, Kevin, if you guys make a deep run in the ACC tournament, is there an argument for you guys to make the NCAA tournament?
You're not going to get me into that argument today, buddy. Hey, I got no control over that. Kevin Keatts didn't say the net. He didn't say anything about that. Listen, we're going to take one game at a time. That's not my I don't get to make those decisions. All we can do is try to win games.
But you would think they would want teams that are playing well coming into the NCAA tournament, wouldn't you?
Once again, thank you. Enjoy your ice cream. Not answering the Gibson. I love you to death, but I don't have an answer for that.
Thanks,
hey,
Coach. Thanks,
enjoy the ice cream. We got coming up next. We got Cameron Hayes. Is anybody else back there? I think you guys are gonna get Cameron Hayes and Darion Sebron. And good players, did a good job. And so I'm excited about these guys. Ask them how much they love me as a coach. I'm gonna be standing by to see and make sure they say the right things. All right, guys, enjoy your night.